In this video, we'll go over the main types of GED math problems. We'll go over how to use the calculator, the formula sheet, all the things here. The first one you may have no problem with, but you have $350 to spend on doggy daycare. There's a $40 one-time fee, and visits $15. How many visits can you afford? Well, you could always start with the total and then just subtract out any one-time fee. Then you want to find out how many visits go into that amount, divide by 15, and we get that. The question is, should we round it up to 21 or just keep it at 20? But notice, we can't actually afford 21 visits here. So therefore, with money, you'll round it down, you'll keep it at 20. Okay, let's look at another one. This is a function, anytime you have f parentheses x. But notice the x is just changing to a -5. In other words, we're going to go ahead and change these x's to -5s here. And that's it. Now when you do that, you change a letter to a number, just use parentheses. So let's see what that looks like here. We'll start off parentheses -5, close, then we have a squared, put it on the outside there, then -4 parentheses, -5 again, and enter. 45. And that's it. So it's just a substitution, and then just put these in parentheses, and you're good. Okay, the next type is an equation of a line. Whenever you have the answers are all y equals, you could actually use the calculator. Because there's a button on here, table. Go ahead and clear. And we're going to type them in one at a time. So the first one, 2x minus 10, and then enter 5 times. We want to look for these values in the table here. So let's go down to x is 6. And sure enough, when x is 6, y is 2. So we do go through this point. So that's great. That's what we want. But let's check -4. So x is -4 will go up. But we get -18. We wanted -3, so it doesn't go through that point, so no good. Okay, let's go ahead and run it back. Let's reset it. We'll hit table, clear, and we'll type in b here. Got our 1/2. Use the fraction button. Then we got our x next to it, -1. Okay, enter. But right away, we do have -4, -3. We pass through that point. That's good. Down to x is 6. And sure enough, 6, 2. We pass through both. It's got to be b. So these are called equations of lines. And I've got a video on these if you want to practice more of those. The next type, these are called algebraic expressions. You want to match the phrase with how it's written. So for instance, twice the quantity. Now quantity just always means parentheses, and then we've got the sum, that means addition. But just looking at that so far, which one has parentheses and addition? Well, just one of them. So it is actually that one. Let's say the whole thing though. So twice is times 2, the quantity parentheses, then we're summing, we're adding, a number is always a letter, and 3 at the end there. So that's the whole thing. Okay, the next one, 3 less than. When you see a phrase like that, it always means -3 at the end. So could be this one, could be that one. Then we have product. That means multiplication. But what are we multiplying? We're multiplying 2 and a number. In other words, we're going to mush 2 and n next to each other. That'll multiply them. So this one's got to be that last one there. It's got the multiplication. It's got the 3 less than at the end. It's got it all. So once you know a couple of these tricks, these guys aren't too bad. Which table represents a function? You could always think of a function as a vending machine. X is the button that you press. Y is what comes out of it. But notice with this first one, if you press button 2, then there's an issue because sometimes you get Pringles, sometimes you get Lay's. That's fine, but we wanted Pringles, and it's not working correctly if we press one number and we get two different things out. So that one, not a function. Which of these other ones are also messed up here? Well, B, because you push that button, you get two different things out, no good. Or you press that button, same thing. So B's out. And D is also no good, because you press button 4, but you're getting 4 different things out, so that's no good either. The only one that's left over is the function, so C's a function. Another way you could think of it is if the x's are all different, it doesn't have a chance to be messed up, so that is the function. And once again, got more practice if you want to watch that video. What is the mean number of exoplanets discovered each year? The key word is the mean, and it's the same thing as finding the average. It's a two-step process. We're going to add them all up and then divide by how many we have. Now I've already added them up and I got 220. Then we'll divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. And that'll give us 31.4. That is the average. Now what if they asked you for the median? Well, that's the middle number, but you don't want to just find it right away. You'll always have to line them up from smallest to biggest first. Then you could cross out the smallest, the biggest, the next smallest, the next biggest. Basically work your way right into the middle. And that's it. So 29 would be the median in this case. Then if they ask you for the mode, that's just the one that shows up the most often. But the only one that shows up more than once is 29. So automatically, that one is the mode. This one's asking us to find the surface area. We need to know what shape it is, and they tell us it's a cylindrical can, so same thing as a cylinder. We could sketch that out, and then we could look it up in the formula sheet, and there's the surface area. The main thing is we're going to plug this into the calculator. We're just going to change r, the radius, to a number, and h, the height, to a number. Now we don't know the radius, but if they give you the diameter, that's what you're going to use. That goes all the way across. But the radius is exactly half of that. In other words, you could divide the diameter by 2 to get the radius. So divide that by 2, cut it in half. The radius, 1.2. And then they've actually given us the height is 4.8. So we're ready to plug this in here. Let's do it. So we'll start with 2 and then pi. The pi's on the left side there. Times the radius, 1.2. Times the height, 4.8. Keep going. Plus, and then we got another 2 and a pi. And then we've got times the radius, 1.2. But notice that one squared. Okay, that's the whole thing. 45. And that is the surface area. Plotting points, that's what this is asking us to do. Same thing as coordinates or ordered pairs. You'll always start in the middle, but it's like crossing the street. You just look left or right first. So to get to the blue point, we're going to go to the right 3, then down 2, put them in that order, 3, -2. And then if we look at the answers, there's actually only one that even has that, so it's definitely B. But let's just go ahead and practice. That red one, we're going to go to the left 2, -2, then up 4, positive. And then that green one, left 5. So start with -5, then down 1, and that's that. So B's got it all, and that's it. So that's plotting points right there. 2 other ones now. Now this one's called a quadratic. Anytime you have an x squared and an equal sign, we'll go ahead and plug it into the calculator. Because you could do table, clear, and then just type in this side. We've got our x squared minus 2x plus 5. Enter 5 times. And this time we're looking to see when the whole thing equals 20. In other words, when y is 20. But if we scroll down just a little bit, we notice, oh, when x is 5, the whole thing's 20. So x is 5, that is definitely one of our answers. Could be A, could be D. So then we need to find out, okay, does -3 or -2 work? Let's go back up to the negatives. But there we go. When x is -3, if you plug that in here and here, it'll make all of that 20. That's what we want. Those are both of our answers. Definitely D. Once again, these are quadratics. If you want to practice more of these, I've got a video on those too. Okay, and one last one. You made it. What is the area of the following shape? Now here are all the options for area. What shape is this, do you think? Well, it kind of looks like the thing the elephant stands on at the circus, except ours is sideways. And if you're at the circus, there's probably a trapeze artist, so think trapezoid. Okay, if we label ours correctly, we'll orient it this way, because we want the bottom to be flat on the ground, and the top is also going to be flat for the elephant to stand on. From there, you could see, okay, h is the height. That's just going to be straight up and down. That's 5. B1, that's the base. That's the bottom, which is 8. B2, that's the other base, but that's the top, which is 6. So let's type this all in now. We'll go to the main screen. Starts off with a fraction. We got our 1/2. Then times our height, 5. Parentheses, add the 2 bases, the 8 plus the 6. And 35. Doesn't seem like it'll turn into that, but sure enough, that's the area. So that's it. So I hope this gives a great idea of what types of questions to expect on the GED Math. Hopefully you learned some new shortcuts here, and maybe you're even a little less intimidated. Feel free to check out my GED Math playlist for more topics as well. Alrighty, we'll see you in the next video. Toodles!